And we want to have a bunch of different pets. So we said we wanted cat, dog, and fish. So go ahead and put each of those options in and separate them with quotes.
Wait, in pet toys?
Yeah, because we're also going to add specific toys for each type of pet. So like for the cat, we would have like a yarn, the dog would have a bone, and the fish would have like some coral or something. So we are going to add toys to that. We're just using it so that only certain toys go to certain animals.
Spaces matter. Like
what was that?
Do the
No,
spacing matter?
you don't need to have a space in between each of these. I just did it just so that it's easier to distinguish between each one. Okay, so once we have our cat, dog, and fish, we're going to put a colon after them and then square brackets. And square brackets, yeah. And inside the square brackets, I just created a few different example toys. So I just put like scratching post, toy mouse, and yarn ball. You could honestly add any toys that you wanted. Like you could just make up a string of any.
Can't hear because of some like noise.
Wait, do we have to do cat, dog, and fish?
Don't really.
What animals were you thinking of doing?
I know, just like would it make like I know it makes a difference. Like you'll only have to change like the names of the toys and everything, right?
Yeah, I guess you could do any animal that you wanted, but we can start off by using cat, dog, and fish just so that we see how it looks when we run it, and then I think we could update it.
I can't keep track. Can you wait 1 minute, please?
Yeah.
Can you go back to like the front so I can see how you did it? How you did the brackets and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like within the curly brackets, I just wrote cat, dog, fish, and then between each set of commas, there's a square bracket and a bunch of different toy options. And I think you want to have the comma outside of the quotation marks. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's a comma right here, and then you put toy mouse.
Yeah. And then quotation and comma, and then add the last toy in. Oops. And then after that, a square.
I'm sorry. I just finished doing the yarn ball. Is that where we left off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget to save your
Oh wait, I did it in the wrong place.
Don't forget my what?
Okay. Could you share your screen?
Me?
Yeah.
1 second. I just did it in the wrong place. I'm just copy pasting it there.
Don't forget my what?
Don't forget to save your code just in case. And name it.
Okay, so I keep on going?
Yeah, so you'll do the same thing for the dog that you did for cat, and this time just add different toys. I just put like chew toy, stick, and frisbee.
Okay.
What did you say?
Could we instead of chew toy,
Uh-huh.
actually, never mind.
And you can actually put whatever toy you want. I just put a few, like, dog type of toys.
Wait, for a fish, can we do like sea bottom rocks or like what should we do for fish? I mean, they don't really play. Maybe like
Yeah, they don't really play with anything. Like
Yeah,
I mean,
decorations.
maybe like aquarium decorations.
yeah, what I did was like I did like an undersea castle, like they have the little fake castles, some coral, and they have like the pebbles or buried treasure at the bottom of the tank. So those were just a few that I did.
Could you like these like plants? They're like moss balls
Yeah, you could use any.
they bring oxygen in the fish tanks.
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's really up to you
required?
guys, like whatever toys or like decorations you want to add for the pet. You can just add any 3 things that you want.
Okay. Doesn't really matter for like the toys, right?
No, it doesn't really matter. It's just a different option. Like it's just like A, B, or C. So it doesn't actually matter what you put. It's just something to distinguish it from the other animals' toys.
Because like it'll like once it like tells you what toys you have, it just prints out the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Wait, for some reason mine's not green. Like
Mhm.
like it usually turns green.
Could you share your screen?
Okay.
Did you close the quotes and stuff?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I did.
Okay, let's see. Oh, coral reef. Okay. Can you like scroll to the front of your code?
Okay. Going to the very front.
Let's see. Castle. Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay, cool. I will get to the next step in 1 second. I'm just gonna check our code to see. Oh, you have to have
I'm not done yet.
What?
You have to
I'm
have
not done
one more.
yet.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Take your time. I'm just gonna help
And I
Sahasra.
think your problem is that you have the curly braces.
The curly braces?
I mean,
The curly
bracket.
braces are good there. What you need to have is a quote mark right in front of the S in scratching post.
Oh.
Wait, so it doesn't matter?
Oh, I see. Thank you. Now
Uh-huh.
everything
And then you need to also have a colon between dog and chew toy.
dog and chew toy.
Uh-huh. And then make sure that instead of the curly braces there, you want to have square braces between chew toy and frisbee. And the same thing for fish. You want a colon between fish and the. Oh, wait, go back. I think you're missing a colon between fish and undersea castle. Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Since
Okay, so
we've got that list done,
wait,
we're gonna. Yeah.
wait, I haven't finished mine.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll give you a second.
Can you go back to the dog place?
Yeah.
Can you move it more to the right? Can you move it more to the right?
Oh yeah.
I think she.
Undersea castle.
Wait, Wait, I'm kind of confused. I don't know which presentation I'm supposed to be looking at.
It says
The one that says, I think it should say O on online mentor.
Okay.
or just
Okay, you got it. Can you go back to the dog one? Yeah. Okay.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay. So we are prompting for a pet type, but we want it to stay empty right now. Is it okay if I'm
I haven't
reading here?
finished doing the toys yet.
What?
Doing the what?
The toys yet.
Oh, okay.
Can you go back to the dog?
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, I could wait.
Well, but we have to do, we're basically, so what we're going to do is we're going to set the pet type to just an empty string. And the next step that we're going to do is make sure that the user, when we ask them what kind of pet you want, if they type anything other than cat, dog, or fish, we're going to keep asking them until they give us a valid answer.
Okay, what if they're like a toddler and they don't know how to spell?
We are going to list the options for them so they can just type in what they see. So we're going to write choose from one of the options, dog, cat, fish, and it's going to be spelled out right there.
Can a toddler type even?
I highly doubt that. Maybe they have to have someone with them when they play this game.
Okay.
They wouldn't be playing this game if they were that little.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have, like, it's kind of like how you go to preschool.
Can you move it more to the right now?
Yeah.
To the fish section? Yeah.
And let me know when you get past fake coral. That way I can slide it to the end.
I'm done with the pet toys.
With the pet toys, okay? And I'm just going to move it to the end here. So you have to end it with a square bracket and then make sure there's a curly bracket at the very end.
I think I have that.
Okay. Chantal, do you have that? Okay.
Yes, I have that.
Okay. Don't forget, Chantal, to add a quote after
Every toy.
yeah, after every toy you have to have a quote and then separate them with commas.
Okay.
Happened.
What?
Don't forget to end each toy with a quote and then a comma. Because if you go to the fish, it should say undersea
Is there a way to
castle.
make sure? Can I press enter at any point so that would it still keep on going on?
Yeah, you could press enter. As long as you
Because
finish the quote, so you have to have a quote after the E in castle. Oh yeah, you could just do that.
it's hard for me to see everything.
Oh yeah. That's definitely a good idea. Undersea castle, and then put a quotation mark and then a comma. And then you can add your other two toys. Fake coral, and then we're going to put a comma, and then the last one.
Sorry, I'm wearing headphones. It could get a bit noisy.
Oh, no worries. And then once you're done, don't forget the ending square. I think you might have one extra. Yeah, square bracket and then a curly bracket at the very end.
Okay, so do I have everything?
Let me just take a look
Yeah, I
at
think
it.
so.
Yeah, the last one that you have, I can't really see clearly, but that's a curly bracket at the very end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good. So we're going to be starting the initial pet function. So we set the pet type to nothing, just a blank string right now. And we're later going to have that be set whatever the user says. So we're going to have a new variable called pet options. And we're going to set that equal to each of the keys in the pet toys function. So if we recall the pet toys, remember how each of the keys was cat, and then we had dog, and then we had fish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the keys are. And it knows that it's the keys because there's a semicolon, or there's a colon after each key. So we're going to set our pet options equal to the whole list of all our pet toys keys. So pet options is equal to the list of pet toys.keys, and don't forget to put an open and close parentheses after keys.
Wait, just a minute.
Mhm.
So what does this sentence do?
So what this does is it takes each of the keys, cat, dog, and fish, and it puts them into a list so that way the scratching post and the toys don't come in. It's only the different pet options.
Okay.
Pet options. And we want to make sure that if a user enters like, I don't know, like the wrong spelling of cat or like a bird or some other
Wait, how could someone
option
spell
that we didn't
cat
list,
wrong?
we don't want them to go through with
How could someone spell cat wrong?
it.
Maybe they accidentally pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, something like that.
What?
Yeah, if they accidentally press the wrong button.
But can't they check their spelling? Isn't cat like pretty easy to spell? Like just K.
Or if they accidentally press the wrong one and then they press enter.
Yeah, so if they
It's
just
happened
have
to
a
me before.
typo.
So maybe if they press CST instead of CAT?
Yeah, like if they just make a simple typo, we want to ask them again just to make sure that they get the exact keyword. So what we're going
I
to do,
get it. Huh.
yeah. So whenever the pet type that they choose, so is not in the options, we're going to ask them to like re-enter their input. So we're going to say while pet type not in pet options. And we're using a while loop here. So every single time, as long as they put in an answer that isn't cat, dog, or fish, it's going to ask them again. We're going to print, please input the type of pet from the following options.
Wait, what?
So as long as their pet type that they input is not in one of our pet options, dog, cat, or fish, we're going to ask them again to input a type of pet from the following options. And then we want to show them the options again. So we want to do for each option in pet options. We're going to print that option. So it'll go through the entire list. It'll find cat, then it'll print cat. It'll find.
So what does it say in the print? Please input a type.
Please put input a type of pet from the following options.
Okay.
Wait, can you go back to the beginning? I can't see it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
The following options, and then we're going to have a for loop inside that. And for every one of the options, we're going to print the options.
Okay. Sorry.
You're fine. Wow.
Sorry, I accidentally got like out of my sharing, and so.
Oh yeah, no worries. What we're doing is we're still just working on the input validation.
Wait, but what does the line after print do?
What print statement? Where we print the option or where we print please input?
Yeah, that one. Please input.
Please input. So after this, we have the 4 options. What this is going to do is it's going to print all of the options again, just so that the user can see them, so that they remember, like, to choose
Can you
cat.
go a little right? Because I want to see what you had to print.
Right here?
Okay.
So the first, so Benjamin, the first while loop, what it does is every single time that they choose, like, if they write a random string, we're going to ask them to input one of the correct options, and then the next for loop just goes through every option and prints out the options so they can see their choices.
Okay.
Why can't you just say choose from the options above?
I guess we could do that, but it's just so that they don't have to scroll back up. I guess this
Kind
makes
of
it easier for them.
Okay.
It's kind of worth it.
Can you go back all the way to the left?
Yeah. Input the type of pet from one of the following options.
Okay.
And then we're going to do Chantal under that. We're going to use the for loop.
What?
I was just saying you're going to use the for loop for option and pet options. And then we just print that option.
Okay.
And then once you have that done, we're going to also ask them and make sure that you're in the same line as 4 when we do the next print statement. We're going to have pet type to be equal to the input when we ask them, please input one of the pets. So the way to do that is using the Python's input built-in input function. So we do input, and then 2 parentheses. And inside those parentheses, we write, please input one of the pets. That's just us asking them again and checking to see if the pet type is in one of the pet options.
Wait, so you could what? So like, can't we just copy paste the code and like do a bit of different stuff?
Well, if we copy pasted it, if they didn't get it right the second time, we'd have to copy and paste it every single time that they don't get it right. So
Exactly.
yeah, so we're saving code by using the loop. Otherwise, we don't know how many times they could get it wrong, right? So we're just doing that in case of the worst case scenario.
So like, if we copy paste it like 1,000 times, they could get it wrong 1,001 times, say.
Yeah. So that's why we just have the while loop. So no matter how many times they get it wrong, we'll just ask them until they get it right.
Okay. I see. That makes it much easier.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to copy paste it 1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly. So once we have please input one of the pets, we also want to write that pet type into our little.
Wait, are we gonna let them choose what type of food they're feeding?
This is a good
food.
pet.
We don't choose the food. We just, I guess we could add that functionality at the end. But what we're having for now is just like, you know, on like traditional games, they have like a food level and you have to like get it up to 100%.
I have no idea. I never really played those animal games. Too confusing.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, it's just like a food bar. So if they go below a certain level, we got to feed them again.
There's also have an energy one too.
Energy? Wait, I don't get this.
We're not with energy yet. What we're going to do is we're going to add the pet type into our database. So we're going to do pet type, so pet square bracket type is going to be equal to the pet type that we just inputted. And that's going to be in line with the DEF, the definition function. So it's going to go outside. Oh, sorry, not outside of the function. We actually want that still inside the function.
What?
We actually don't want that outside of the function. That was my mistake. We actually want it entered inside, so it's inside the DEF statement. So it's in line with the while.
So tab
Yeah,
to time.
just tab it. Yeah.
If you turn captions on, it thinks it says time.
Oh. Actually, Sahasra, you go back once. So just so that it's in line with the while loop.
Isn't it in line with the while? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you don't need the semicolon at the end, actually.
Wait, this class ends at 5, right?
No, I think so. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, what?
No, I was just checking that everyone's pet type is in the right spot. I'm just looking at everyone's screen. Okay.
Okay.
So, pet type. We also want to name our pet. So that's still going to go just on the next line. And we're going to have pet name. And we want that to be the input. We're going to ask them a question. What would you like to name your pet?
Wait, pet type line, does it have to align with the while loop?
Yes. So you can just tab, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next line also is in the same line. Like, yep. So we're going to have the pet name be the input. What would you like to name your, and I'll just move it back a little.
Name your plus.
So what we're going to do is, you know how they could either choose a dog or a cat or or a fish? We want to use, so if they say that they picked a dog, we can't always say, what would you like to name your fish? We can't just hard code and write fish here.
Why can't we just say pet? What would you like to name your pet?
That works.
That does work, but we can make it more personalized by, and we have a really simple way to do it. Do you remember how at the top we created one of the options called type?
Yes.
And then we saved it into pet type. So we can just add, what would you like to name your pet?
Oh, that makes sense.
And then we add a question mark at the end because it's the question.
Wait, can you go back? I can't see it.
Oh,
I can't see it. Thank you.
Okay. Does everyone have that line?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So,
I hear you.
can you hear me now? Hello?
It's a bit better, I guess.
Okay.
I can hear you.
I think if your volume is sort of like less, maybe you can increase the volume a bit.
I have full volume.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I can hear you
sometimes,
perfectly.
sometimes it just cuts out.
Oh, yeah, that happens to me too. Well, so we're gonna start printing a menu. So we want to show all of the choices. If we want to feed them, if we want to give them toys, if we want to get new toys, we want to put
That's
that
one
all into a
pampered
menu.
pet. That's one pampered pet.
Yeah, it sure is. But I guess pet owners gotta take care of their pets. So we're gonna create another function.
That's not really that pampered because like that's the basic stuff it needs.
No,
Yeah,
but like
it
a
does
bunch of toys. He gets new toys like every single day. And
Yeah,
that's like
but it's
birthday
fun.
every single day. Or Christmas.
Yeah, it's just a fun little.
Dogs are
Um,
lucky. It's birthday and Christmas every day.
mhm. So do you guys know how to remember how the way we defined the init pet function? We're gonna do the same thing except we're gonna have this function be called print menu. So do you guys want to try creating the header for that? And the header is just the first line with the DEF.
Okay, so
menu?
How?
What?
I didn't say anything.
wait, does
Wait a minute.
INIT have to do with it?
Does what?
The in it have to do with it.
Oh, the init is just like initial pet, but you don't need to have that for this one. We can just do DEF and we'll just call it print menu because that's
Okay.
and we also have to create some menu options. So that is going to be our input. We're going to actually have input for that.
Okay.
And we're going to call that menu options inside here. And we're going to define those in a second.
But didn't we already ask like what pet they wanted and stuff in like the menu? Or we're making more menus for the toys and we already did the food.
Yeah. Yeah, but we have to ask them what kind of toys they want and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to create, we'll remember this for later, but if you go and just create a comment called main game loop, underneath that, we can just put in a comment that reminds us to create the menu options.
Okay. But do we have to like put all those
I already
points?
put the comments that we're working on so far, so should I add the other one?
Yeah.
I
You can add
didn't
them.
add the comments.
You don't have to. I just put it in so that you guys could see like stuff like menu options. Even though we didn't code that yet, we're gonna create them later. So it's just so that we remember to create those.
So we don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
But it's like better to do it because it's more organized.
Yeah, that's true. It helps just to keep you on track so that you don't miss anything. Okay, so when we have to print our menu options, we're gonna create a list of keys. So we can actually go ahead and create the menu options down below. That will make it a bit easier. So we want the pet, or we want the user to be able to quit the game. We want them to be able to feed their pet.
Wait,
Yeah.
notice how there's tabs on your on your notes? Do you have
Oh yeah,
tabs in
I
there?
created notes so that all of the comments inside here, we know that they're gonna go inside the main game loop.
Okay. So you need those stuff in the main game.
Mhm.
And you need the validate to input in the get to input. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna create some menu options. So we'll just call that the same name that we create up here because we have to be able to call on to it later. And we'll call it menu options equals. And we'll have a bunch of different choices. So we're gonna have quit game. We're gonna have feed pet, play toys, and get new toys. So we're gonna call that Q. And we're gonna put that into a string. Q, put that into a string. And we want, there's a way to get it to go to a certain function once you press it or like enter Q. So we'll write in quotes.
How do you get
Yeah.
the little dot? Oh, never mind. Sorry, it's semicolon.
And we're gonna call that function and then colon, we'll call it quit simulator, but we actually have to code that later, so we can't forget to code it. Simulator. And I think you want to spell, I think you have D instead of C inside your function.
Me?
Sahasra? In function, it has to say F-U-N-C-T.
Oh, I see it. That was a typo. See,
And then
the
add
right
a quote
D.
after the N in function.
Wait, why do you put the curly ones inside the curly one?
Because we're going to be using a few different buttons, so we don't want them to just be able to quit. We also want them to be able to like feed their pet, so we'd write F.
Wait, is there a difference between the curly braces and the brackets?
Yeah, so the brackets are usually for like lists or an index in the list, and the curly braces are for what's called a dictionary. So a dictionary is just a bunch of key value pairs like we had here. And then
Okay.
the square ones were just for a list of either strings or ints. So we have the function quit simulator. And I think, Sahasra, you have one extra curly brace.
Where? Oh, I see.
After the semicolon in function.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Okay. Oh, I think you still have one extra.
How do you get your how do you get the F there?
I just pressed enter after my comma, so just press enter and you'll be able to get the F.
It didn't
How
do that.
many?
It didn't do that for me.
Let me take a look at yours.
How many Fs do we need?
Just one. Also,
Enter and then went right here. Didn't go in front of them.
Sahasra, you have an extra curly brace between the quit simulator and the semicolon or the colon.
It didn't do anything for me.
Let me take a look at it.
I went like this.
Let me see. Just press the backspace once. Oh, I see why. What you need to have is you need to have a curly bracket or curly brace after quit simulator, and then you need a comma.
Okay.
The curly brace, comma, and then press enter.
I need to backspace the other one. Okay, got it.
Okay.
And the whole entire of the the F stuff, I had to do 15 times. Like, All in caps.
I didn't hear what you said. What about the F button?
Like all of those things. All of these,
Okay.
I use the shift button to get them.
Okay. So yeah, so for F we're gonna call that function feed pet. So we're gonna write function. They're all gonna look pretty similar. So we're gonna say like function feed pet, and then comma, and then the next one. Okay, we have function. Oh, also I think Benjamin, you wrote functions instead of function.
Oh,
It has to just say function. Cool. And make sure that the P in feed pet is capital, because we're going to use like camel casing, which is the first word. Has anyone ever heard of camel casing?
No.
Okay, so what it is a lot of times it's used in code when there's two words for one variable or one function name. We have the first letter of the first word to be lowercase, and the first
You're
word,
breaking
sorry,
up,
the
so I
first
can't
letter.
hear you.
The first letter of the first word is lowercase, and the first letter of the second word is uppercase. That way we can tell that there's multiple words
I
inside
can't
the
hear
name.
you.
I can hear you.
Is everyone not able to hear me?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I
So
could
yeah,
hear. I could hear everyone except you.
oh no. Let me turn off. Try again. Okay, what about now?
Better, thank you.
Uh-huh. So I was just saying that camel casing involves making the first letter of the first word lowercase and then the first letter of the second word uppercase. So like if it was spaced out, it would look like that, but we put them together.
Yeah, so you can tell it's different words.
Yep.
But you can't like put spaces, so.
Yeah. That's
Or you can put like
an underscore.
underscore.
I guess you could also put an underscore like this, but I just put it like this. That way it's easier to read the whole thing at once. So we also want us to be able to play with our toys, and we want us to be able to get new toys. So that's going to be the keywords for play with toys and get toys. And we're going to call each of those new functions play toys and get toys. And what do I need to put before each of those last two ones?
Wait.
Quotes?
What was something that we had in each of the two lines before that we don't have?
Is it quote?
What goes inside the quotes?
Play toys?
Actually, we'd have function go inside the quotes. We have to add the word function.
Okay. And then you press, oh yeah, okay.
And then a colon. So make sure that for each of them it says function and then colon and then the actual name of the function. And also you want to have a comma after each of the curly braces.
Okay.
Just so that it knows that each one is separate. Later, pet, play toys, and get toys. Mhm. And you can just take out the space between this last curly brace and just put it in the same line at the end of get toys. Okay, and we also want each of these, we're going to consider these menu options almost like buttons that you can select by typing Q or F or P or G. So we want there to be some text on each of them. So we're going to say text equals, we're going to say quick game.
Wait, isn't there a comma after? So why do we have to have? So do we?
We put the comma. Let me look at your screen. Yeah, I put the comma after quit simulator because we want all of that to be inside the curly brace. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the text is going to be called quick game. And then for the next one, we're going to have the text. Actually, instead of equals, we're going to have that be a colon. So text is in quotes, and so is quick game.
Okay. You have to have it in quotes.
Yeah. And don't forget to have text TEXT. I think, Sahasra, you have an extra S in text right next to quick game. See right here? And you have an extra S. Okay, so once you have text for the first one, we're going to have text be, what would we have the text for the next one be called? For feedback.
Whatever wait.
Yeah, so like feed and whatever the pet name is. So we're going to say feed and have a space after the D in feed. So that way it looks like the two words are separate. So feed and then a space. And then we're going to do plus.
Pet type.
Pet type. But didn't we name the pet? Right? Up ahead. We asked them, what would you like to name your pet? So
Pet
we
name.
can just.
Pet name.
Yeah, pet name. So make sure that name is in quotes inside the square brackets.
And then plus again.
Actually, we don't need another plus because it's the text is just feed whatever your pet name is. Okay, so the same way that we did feed pet, we also want to do the same for the other ones. So instead of saying feed for play toys, we're going to say play with pet name. And for get toys, we're going to say get toys for pet name.
Wait, for play toys, do you get to choose which toy?
Yes. Yeah, but we won't include that in the text here because
This is just the menu.
yeah, it's just a menu, so we don't know.
And it goes into another menu, which goes into separate ones.
We're gonna use play toys. We're gonna have the text be play with your pet, and that's gonna be pet name. And then for get toys, we're gonna have the text be get new toys for and the pet name.
What if you have you bought all the toys, and then you press get toys?
It doesn't. I think if you get another one of them, it'll just show the same amount. So like if you already got like the yarn ball, and if you say like get yarn ball again, it won't change anything. It'll just show up that it's inside your cart.
Okay, and what if you choose the second yarn ball for the playing?
It won't change anything yet because right now we just have the functionality to add one of each.
Okay.
We could definitely add that at the end, like the option to choose multiple of one toy. Okay, and just to kind of test this right now, once you guys are done with that, we print the menu options.
You're freezing up, so I can't really hear you.
Oh yeah, so as of right now, we don't have any of those functions yet, but we are going to go ahead and create.
Can you move more to the left?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, for some reason my computer cut out when I tried to save the code.
Oh, no worries.
Okay, I got it now. Thank
Okay.
I
you.
can't find the code now.
Oh, you can't code right now?
I can't find my code.
Oh, let me look at your screen.
Did you save it?
I was about to, and then it just cut out.
Oh no.
Your code cut
When
out?
was the last time you saved it, or did you save it earlier?
No, I didn't. I think that maybe it's saved. Let me check.
Check your files, or open file. Click on recent files, pet game.
Thank you.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we want to print the menu. So we haven't actually, if you guys have noticed, we haven't actually coded any of these functions yet. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, right under the initial pet, we can just define a new function and call it Quit Simulator.
What? Where?
We're just creating the Quit Simulator function underneath init pet.
Wait, I can't find it.
Let me see where you are.
Oh, wait, over here?
Yeah.
Wait, where's that? Do we just make Quit Simulator?
Yeah, we just typed it in right now.
Is it above the print menu?
Mm-hmm. And Benjamin, could you just scroll your screen a little to the left? Okay. And right above print menu options, make a new function and just say DEF Quit Simulator. Okay. So once we're there, just press enter after the Quit Simulator, and we want to send them a message just letting them know that the game is over if they press quit. So we can just print out, it's a virtual pet game, thanks for playing. Okay. Thanks for playing.
What's the virtual pet game?
And then I wrote thanks for playing.
Can we give them a choice for like replaying?
Yeah, but before we do that, we can try testing it out to see if it even works. So
Just a minute.
type that and then go back into the print menu.
Oh, I didn't type in the quit the game. You quit the game virtual pet thing.
Sorry, you didn't type what?
I didn't type the print stuff. And also, can we do the do you want to play again like that?
Yeah, we can do that. We will get, and I'll get to that. That's one of our last steps, I believe.
Okay.
If we want them to play again.
Maybe you test it out.
Yeah, but what we have to actually do first is, because we've only made the quit simulator for now, we can just go ahead and comment out all the other functions that we haven't coded for yet. So just keep quit simulator. And define print menu. We also have to create a main function. So right inside this main, where it says main game loop, we have to say define main. And we're gonna initialize our pet. So init pet, we're initializing the pet. And we give them the menu options.
What does init mean again?
What?
What does init mean again?
Can I
Like
use
the initial pet.
Can I use
Or
the
like
bathroom?
initialize the pet? Yeah, sure. I think
Okay.
since we only have a little bit of time left, I think in the next few minutes, I'm gonna have you guys take our little like review quiz of what we did at the start of class. I'll let you go ahead and use the bathroom, and then
When
Okay.
when are we gonna finish this?
we will probably finish this either next class or the class after.
Okay.
Before we take the quiz, does anyone have any questions about what we did at the start of class, the little review PowerPoint with different
Can you
variables?
repeat that? You were freezing up.
How do I save the code?
Let me look at your screen.
Did you just do
click on
file?
File. File, save, and it'll ask you to name it, and you can just call it pet game.
Can you send out the link in the chat, please?
Yeah, sure.
Name it virtual pet.
Simulator?
Yeah,
Based on
I'm just calling
virtual.
it virtual.
Because I named it Pet Simulator.
Yeah, it's you can name it whatever you want as long as it doesn't have any spaces, I think.
No
Mine
spaces.
has space.
Oh, okay, then I guess yours is fine with spaces. Mine usually doesn't.
Can I just do save like this?
Yeah.
Oh, probably because mine's the latest version.
Okay, it looks like yours saved well. So just a quick little recap. Let me go ahead and resume screen sharing. Oh no. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna briefly take the quiz. And do you guys remember how we were talking about like the different variables, right?
Yes.
And do you remember how we defined a list?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the lists and variables are basically what this quiz is going to be about. I'm sending it in the chat right now. Don't forget to add your name into the list or into the quiz.
But how has to do the quiz?
I just sent it. And you guys can all stop sharing your screen for a second. That way you can take the quiz. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Wait, an integer is a number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I forgot what string and float variable was.
So remember how we had one type of variable that just had whole numbers? There was another variable that had numbers with like a decimal, and last type of variable had words inside a quote.
An int stands for integer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, wait, can an integer have a decimal point in the decimals?
If you remember what we talked about at the start of class, there was a difference, remember, between, I think it was 7 and 7.0.
Oh yeah, I think the decimal points is a float, right?
I'm gonna let you decide that one.
I submitted a response and I checked. I got everything correct.
I only got 2 wrong.
Take a look, Benjamin.
I only got 2 wrong.
Cool. Let's see which ones. I will go over them with you guys once Chantal has finished the quiz because I don't want to give away the answers.
I got it all right.
Yay! Okay,
I got it all right too.
cool. So let me see. A quick little review. So variables, they're actually really just like a little refresher, just so that you guys know.
I
Ones
can't
that
see your screen.
oh, I'm not. Okay. 1 second. I'm actually not sharing my screen. I'm just speaking at this moment.
Oh, okay.
So what I was just gonna say was variables actually. I can share my screen. Share. Oh. Okay. Okay. One thing that I think I want to just remind you guys of is you guys did good on the quiz. Just remember that variables are pretty, they've got a lot of different functions, so they do have 3 definitions. So they would be all of the above. They are a reserved memory location, they are data placeholders, and they are containers for storing values. So they're kind of versatile in that sense. So the first question of what is a variable, that's why that would be all of the above. And then another one. So the correct way of creating a list, if you guys remember. So I know that inside the list, you can have like quotes for strings, but overall in the full list, can you guys see my screen?
I can see it.
Okay. Just a reminder that lists, like the one in colors, those have square brackets enclosing them. So even though there are quotes on the inside, those quotes are just for each one of the individual values. The entire thing is enclosed in square brackets. Does anyone else have any questions about answers that they weren't sure of, or any questions about the quiz? I'm going to take that as a no then.
Yeah, no questions.
Okay.
Oh wait,
so,
excuse
yeah.
No questions.
me.
Yeah,
Can
Benjamin?
can you explain number 1 a little bit more again?
Yeah. So there's 3 definitions for a variable. So what they can do is, so if we have int x equals 3, then it stores that value 3 inside the variable x. And it also, it acts as a placeholder for data, because if you like change the data or update the variable, it will always go back to that one spot. So if you say x equals 3 and then later you change x to be like x equals x plus 5, so it'll remember that x was 3 and then it'll add 5 to that. So then what would be the new variable or new value of x if you started out with 3 and then you added 5?
And now it's 5. I mean,
We add 5 on top of the original value.
oh, so it's now 8.
Yeah, so what 8 is going to be is it's going to be saved inside x, so it updates it. So that's why it stores the values, and it's a reserved memory location because no other variable has that same spot. So it's like each memory location is unique, and that's why it's reserved. So there's different amounts of memory for different types of variables. So we reserve that certain spot in a sense whenever we create a variable.
Okay.
Does that kind of clear it up a little bit, or is it still?
It's kind of still like a bit not understanding.
Okay, what part? No
Can
worries.
you
What part?
explain why container for storing values and they act as a placeholders for data? Again?
Yeah, so the container for storing values is basically it starts off empty, right? And once you add it, so like if you say int x, you declare the variable. But then if you say x is equal to 5, so that container starts out as empty. And the reason that it's a placeholder for data is you can refer to that same data multiple times in the program. So like if you say x is 5 and then you later want to get that 5 back, you would just say print x. You don't have to find out, you don't have to go back into the variable to see what its value was. You just use the name of it to refer back to it. So that's why it's a placeholder.
Okay.
And yeah, any other, we went over what is a variable and
I have no other questions.
did you say you have another question or have no
Oh.
other questions?
I have no other questions.
Okay, well, that was the quiz. I'm glad we all finished that. We can go back into the code then.
Oh,
I just wanted to make,
my code.
oh,
Sorry.
no worries. If you want to just like open it up again, or we can just review it slightly. I just wanted to take the quiz earlier just so that everyone would have a bunch of time to take it.
Okay.
And you guys can turn your screens back on again.
What?
You guys can turn back on your screens if you're sharing your code.
What do you
Since the
mean?
quiz is over.
Okay. We're going
I
back to
thought we were
coding?
not. I thought we were not. Oh, right here. Oh my. Wait.
Quiz, and I know we probably won't have way too much time to like actually add much more
I
function.
don't know where my game went.
You don't know where your code went. Okay. Could you share your screen so that I can kind of help you open it? Okay. Go on to documents, or actually scroll up. Is there anything for Python up at the top on desktop?
I have that.
Python. Okay, open up Python. Oh no, wait, no, that's set up. I don't know why it's try going into documents. Documents and search up the name of the Python file.
How do I do that?
See where it says search documents, and then whatever you name the file, I think you probably named it pet game or virtual pet game. It doesn't show up. Do you know where you saved it in when you clicked save as?
I don't know.
Okay.
I still have this. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, you can close that. And then in quick access, maybe I think it'll show your recent documents.
Where? Here?
Quick access. Virtual pet game.py. Say more apps. And scroll down and see if idle comes up. No. Could you go back in and open Python, and then we can see if we can open the file from inside Python?
Python.
Wait, are we adding anything to the code?
I was just gonna review slightly before we end, but I think
I don't need to pull up my code anymore.
I
can't open my code too.
you can't open your code? Okay. Why does it say modify setup? Just say modify and see if you can
My
add or
code's
remove.
already open.
Oh. Wait, did you already click something when it said that?
What's going on?
Benjamin's having issues trying to reopen his Python code. Yeah, click on virtualpetgame.py. Go back to where you had quick access. Try clicking on that, and it doesn't show the application when it asks him how he wants to open the file.
Just right click on it. Just cancel. Just right click. No. Right click. Open file location. The second to last option. Okay. Right click it. And it should say. Okay. So now do this. Click on open with. It looks like your registry didn't go through yet. Click on more apps. Okay, scroll all the way down. Look for another app. Let's scroll down. Look for Python. No, not that one. Go back to where you were. Just press the back button. Scroll down. Look for Python. It's a folder called Python. If it's not there, then it's 86 installer. So go back up one folder. So you see where it says Windows C to Windows C. Click on that folder. Windows C, up all the way on top. Move your mouse on the address bar. The address bar, it says Windows. You know where you write www. And that's called the address bar. Move up. Go up. Move your mouse up. Up. Keep going. Keep up. Keep going up. Move up. There. That. Click on Windows C. Yeah. Okay. Now go to 86. Program files 86. Double click it. Okay. Now scroll down. Go to look for Python. Looks like Python's on there. Where did you install Python? Okay, that's interesting. Wait, actually, it's there. Can you move this window a bit to the right? Oh, it's an app local data. Okay, do this. Can you click on the other folder that you have there? Yeah, click on that. That doesn't let you click. Okay, where's app data? Okay, I think I know. Okay, can you click on C again? This is Windows C. It's highlighted or gray. Yeah. Go to users. Yeah, double click it. Go to C. There's app data there. Scroll up. Nah, app's not there. Okay, can you go to the address bar again, where you have C, the address bar? Yeah. After after C, click on after C. No. Go up there again. No, click on the white space right next to that arrow. Keep going to the right. Keep going to the right. The white space. After the arrow. Yeah, there you go. Now put slash after C. After the C, put slash. No, the other slash. Type in app data. DATA. Okay, press enter. Okay, look for local programs. Scroll down. That's alphabetical order, so let's look for programs. Python. Yeah. Double click it. Yeah, that. And then I think it's the second one, Python W. Yeah, it's Python W. Yeah, and then press open.
I need to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay. Were you able to save yours,
Where
Sahasra?
did it go? Oh,
Yeah, I was.
I don't know where it went.
Okay, then yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
No, double click it. Yeah, open.
Chantal, were you able to save yours?
Okay, can you open up the Python W?
What?
You can double click Python W. Yeah.
Chantal, were you able to save yours?
Yeah.
No, just double click
Okay.
Python W.
Why is it
Can you
not
click?
opening?
I don't know. Can you click on your Windows Start button? Windows Start button. So it's all the way to the bottom. Yeah. Type in idle. Actually, no, it's right there. Click on it. It's right there. Idle. The second one. Yeah. Okay. File open. Open.
Oh.
The second option. There you go. Virtual pet game. Press open. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you need to fix that Python installation. You might want to uninstall it and reinstall it again. For some reason the shortcuts weren't made.
Would he be able to drag it into the into the desktop and have it just save there as an icon?
Yeah, you can save it there, but you can't double click it or right click and open it with. You have to launch idle and then file open, look for desktop, and then find the file.
Wait, which one do I pull out?
Virtual pet game. Just drag it out to the desktop. It's not gonna let you drag it out though. You have to close the other window because you're currently opened it. You currently opened it. Go to the other window, the one that says def print. It's right there. That one. Now close it. Press X. There you go. Now click and drag this to the desktop. Yeah. Let
But
it
then
go.
can't I just drag the Python onto here?
No. That's not gonna work. Yeah. Okay, so this is how you launch it. Close your window. Close everything except Google Chrome. Yeah. Close it. Close idle. Okay. So next time when you want to open this, what you're gonna do is go to the window, bottom left, Windows icon. No, Windows. Yeah. Now type in IDLE. Type IDLE, or click the button. Let's go. Yeah, there. Yeah, and you just click File Open. Click on Desktop because it's on the desktop on the left-hand side. No. It's on the left-hand side. Yeah, right there. Press Open. There we go.
Okay.
That's how you have to open it.
Then do I just have to put all the codes here?
Yeah, or you can make a folder just saying like Python class.
Is class over?
Yes, yeah. Just make sure that you've got everything saved, and we'll continue the pet game next class.
Okay.
How do I make the folder?
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Just right click on your desktop and then create new folder. Yeah. No, just create. Yeah. New.
Where does it say create
New. It's the third option from the bottom. Yeah. Folder. Yeah, and then call it Python class. You can stop recording.
Oh yeah.
Do I just put it in like this?
Yeah, you can just drag it in. And all your code is going to be saved in that folder.
Okay.